Cathie Wood is so arrogant, and this just goes to show the arrogance on Wall Street and why more and more people, I get it, just cannot stand Wall Street at all. And I realize, Clay, you just did a video a couple weeks ago on Cathie Wood, and that's a fair point, but the media continues to follow her. They continue to give her press, and as long as that's the case, I'm gonna offer a counterbalance to that because I don't know why, but she deserves nothing of what's going on. And now it's getting so bad. It really is getting so bad. And I suppose in her defense, it's not her fault that the financial media continues to follow her, but why? If you're a part of financial media, why do you follow this person when I'm about to offer up the context that I am? So what context? Well, let's take a look at a news release. And this was from Bloomberg. Cathie Wood says innovation stocks are in, and I quote, deep value territory. Deep value territory. Now, is that something to note? Because there's a difference between, okay, they're becoming maybe in value. Maybe they're moderately valued. Oh, you know what? It's a good value. But to imply deep value, that is just saying these, shares, the price right now is a smoking hot deal. Not only are they valuable, but they are in deep value. I don't think I need to go there any further. Okay, so the next part is, okay, well, when was this article actually made? And scrolling down here, you can see that this claim was made on December 17th of 2021. So we have the claim, deep value, and we have the date on when this claim was made. So how did it all turn out? So there we have the date, December 17th, 2021. And at the time she made that claim, her fund was at $97 per share. So how did it all turn out when, again, this was her claim, deep value territory? So we'll follow that blue line and, I don't want to state the obvious, but that line continues to go down from what was considered deep value territory. So as of now, the recording of this video, the price of that very same fund is at $36.30, which brings about a drop of 62.5%. So from the claim of deep value, it's still dropped, and it could, by the time this goes live on YouTube, maybe it drops even more, but it's already dropped 62.5% from the claim being made that this was deep value territory. Now, I am not here to rub salt in the wounds because nobody is perfect. I understand that. That's not my problem. The problem here is, okay, you know what? If you get something that wrong, if you get a call this bad, maybe just maybe tap the brakes, maybe move back into the shadows for a little bit, kind of figure out what's going on. I think that's a more than fair observation, a more than fair suggestion on my part. If you get something that wrong, hey, I get it. Nobody can be right. Everybody loses money. The markets are difficult. That's fine. But we can all agree that this was a terrible, terrible call on her part. So if that's the case, okay, let's just step back a little bit. But is that what she has done? So now we fast forward to the day that this video is being made. You can see right here, Monday, October 10th. And what's going on here? Well, ARK's Cathie Wood, that same person, issues an open letter to the Fed. The Fed is likely making a mistake in its hardline stance against inflation because it is looking backward, ARK's Cathie Wood said Monday. In an open letter, Wood suggested that the central bank has shocked not just the US, but the world and raised the risks of a deflationary bust. Now, listen. You can have your opinions, and the opinions are quite straightforward because she was not issuing open letters to the Fed while they were just printing money and her fund was going up like crazy. She didn't have any complaints at that point, right? So it's pretty straightforward to see why she's complaining because the policies now, which she apparently did not see coming at all, are destroying her fund. So yes, of course she doesn't like them, but think about the arrogance it takes to have made a brutal, terrible call. And then to think that you need to be weighing in towards the Fed with an open letter. Again, in her defense, Okay, I mean, really not in her fence, but why financial media are you even covering this? Now, if Warren Buffett wants to, have an open letter to the Fed, please cover that. I want to hear what Warren Buffett has to say. If, somebody else with a good, solid track record and not just making massive, terrible calls, and has years and years of experience, again, such as Warren Buffett, okay, that's much different. But Cathie Wood, her only good track record was during the phase where everybody had a good track record because all the Fed was doing was pumping money into the system and all those stocks were going up. But is there somebody out there that actually has some sort of quality track record over decades, not just a small little time span? I'm all for hearing what they have to say. I'm all for them opening and, or issuing an open letter to the Fed. But in this situation, how arrogant do you need to be to think that the Fed cares at all what you have to say? How delusional, how arrogant is that? And that just summarizes Wall Street in so many ways. So Cathie Wood, with all due respect, you are living on a different planet, because I'm sorry, but somebody that claims that this thing is at deep value, then to have that same thing drop another 62.5%, let's build up some sort of track record for yourself before you go and start issuing your opinion to the Fed or anybody else. So like I said, to think that the financial media is giving this any press at all, when in the background, these sorts of things have occurred, it just blows my mind. And, I don't even know how there can be Cathie Wood lovers out there still, but I suppose that there are. But like I said, if the financial media is going to continue to give press to this nonsense, I'm going to remind people just how silly this all actually is. So Warren Buffett, please, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you want to issue an open letter to the Fed, hey, that's quality news. But Cathie Wood missed deep value to only have things drop another 62.5%? No. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.